So at the beginning of the movie, a scene of the Sri Lankan jungle is shown where the Sri Lankan army had arrived to clear out a terrorist organization called Tigers. And through a voiceover, we are informed that the Tiger organization has spread terror in many such places throughout the jungle. However, these days the army was not only killing the members of the Tiger gang but also searching for the treasure buried in the ground here, as ordered by the government. Then we see some villagers who find a large box during the excavation, and it contained a treasure of gold. Seeing this, they think of taking the treasure and running away, but the army stops them. So the gang kills the entire army and then takes all the treasure and reaches the Indian border via the boat. Here, the police catch them and ask where they have come from. Just then, the leader of this bank, Ranatunga, says that we have come from Sri Lanka and now we have to stay here. The policeman starts laughing, asking if it's a joke that you come to live here. And at that moment, Ranatunga gives him 4 gold plates from his possession. Seeing this, the policeman becomes greedy. Then he agrees to all his conditions and Ranatunga allows the entire gang to live in India with a new identity. And they settle in Andhra. Now we are shown a scene from a few years later where a courier arrives for the president. Then when the president opens it, there was a letter inside which said that I am a girl studying in 3rd class who lives in Andhra Pradesh. There is a lot of oppression happening in our village, and if you do not take action, we will soon be killed. There is also a demo in this box. Please make sure to watch it. Now, as the president looks into the box, there were many villagers' thumbprints, which makes the president realize how serious the matter is. Then she calls CBI officer Satya Modi and gives him the letter, saying that you have to handle this case and no harm should come to the villagers. Upon hearing which, Smriti sets out on a mission to save the villagers. In the village, when a farmer is farming, he finds many bodies in the field whose heads were missing. Seeing this, he gathers the villagers, and the villagers were just crying when a new police officer, Vijay Lakshmi, arrives with her team, and seeing this scene, she is shocked. Now she asks the villagers if they suspect anyone to tell her and she will not spare them. Actually, Vijay Lakshmi was quite a respected officer, but here the villagers, out of fear, do not name anyone. However, at that moment, a child blurts out that Ranatunga must have killed them all. Upon hearing this, Vijay Lakshmi immediately starts heading to Ranatunga's house when she receives a call from her senior, who says, wherever you are going, don't go like that, otherwise it won't be good. Hearing which, Rashmi and half of the police officers get out of the car, thinking, if people are so scared, then what can we do? But Vijay Lakshmi was not one to be scared. She sets off to catch Ranatunga with a team of girls. As soon as Vijay Lakshmi enters the house, Maharana Tunga's men attack her upon seeing the police uniform, and Vijay Lakshmi kills them one by one. At that moment, Ranatunga's wife, Bharati, comes out and takes Vijay Lakshmi and all her companions inside. Then she asks, what do you want? But Vijay Lakshmi starts abusing Ranatunga, saying that she has come to take him away. Upon hearing this, Bharati becomes furious and beats Vijay Lakshmi severely, and in her anger, she has her goons strip all the police officers of their clothes. At this point, Vijay Lakshmi and her companions are unable to do anything in front of so many people. Then Bharati says, my husband is Ravan. No one can ever harm him. And now you two will remain captive here with me. After this, we see a man named Pratap, whose train stops at this station due to an accident, and it will take quite some time for the train to be repaired. So Pratap goes out to explore the station, but it was a village that was quite barren. Then Pratap goes to a nearby shop and starts eating. Just then, some men come there and accidentally drop Pratap's plate. In response, Pratap tells them, mate, you dropped my plate. Never mind, just say a little. I'll eat on another plate. But those people start misbehaving with Pratap and say, go, call whoever you want. We're not afraid of anyone. Do you even know whose backing we have? Hearing this, Pratap gets angry and beats them up badly, saying, first you make a mistake and then you. Show off to me. Then he asks the same, man, alright, I'm just wandering around. Tell me who's backing you? Then the man starts taking him directly to his boss Reddy, who was the minister of the area. Here we see Reddy, who was fixing his daughter's marriage today, and Reddy was also quite a dangerous person. Even then, Pratap comes and asks, who is Reddy. Then he tells Reddy that now, because of your man's mistake, you will apologize to me. But Reddy starts threatening him that now no one will be able to save you. In anger, Pratap beats Reddy as well, even thrashing his men badly. Seeing this, Reddy says, "You don't know who is behind me." Hearing this, Pratap said, "Come on, now I want to meet the person who is behind you, because you people are not going to improve like this." They see Dharam Satyamurthy, who had now reached this age to go to that village. And then this policeman calls the village minister and says, "Sir, the CBI officer has arrived here and he is also about to come to your village." Hearing this, the minister gets scared. If the CBI finds out the truth about the village, it will be a big problem. Now, what this problem is, you will find out later. Here we see a scene at the register office where a man named Somulu, who was Ranatanga's brother, had beaten up several employers because they were not listening to him. In fact, Somulu said that, "Sign the paper and put a stamp. We will write whatever else needs to be written." And these papers were needed for many villages. At that moment, he arrives with Reddy and asks, "Who among you is Somulu? On whose strength this Reddy is jumping around?" Then Somulu comes and says, "Apologize for the mistake your man made, or it won't be good." But instead, Pratap raises his hand, upon which Pratap beats Somulu like a dog and also takes down his entire gang, while Reddy just stands there watching. At that moment, a man says to Pratap, "You raised your hand against Panga's brother and made a very big mistake." On this, Pratap laughs and says that now he will say sorry. Meanwhile, we see Satyamurthy, who, while going to that village, asks the officer, "Who is this Rana Tunga?" Then the officer explains that the policeman, out of greed for gold, had given permission for this Ranatanga to stay in Andhra. So Ranatanga became a fisherman here, and a criminal remains a criminal. He started creating terror here too, and when the policeman came to drive him away, saying he couldn't stay in India, Ranatanga slit the policeman's throat and killed him. After which, Ranatanga terrorized 40 villages by beating up many people like this, and no one takes action against him out of fear. Because Ranatunga is a man whose actions are unpredictable. Even Ranatanga has drugged children aged 18 to 20 from the village to expand his gang and has included them in his gang. Then he brought his family from Sri Lanka to India, and now he lives like a king. In the present, Somulu Kulekapata comes to Ranatanga's house and everyone is shocked to see how he laid a hand on Somulu. Just then, Ranatunga arrives and Somulu thinks my brother will not spare him now. But he explains the whole situation, saying that he didn't say sorry to me, so I did this to him. Then Ranatunga quietly says sorry to him, and Pratap becomes happy that the matter is now settled. Then, as Pratap is about to leave, he finds a police uniform lying there and blood in several places. Seeing this, his mind starts working and he asks what all this is, to which no one responds. So Pratap follows the blood drops himself, and in the room he sees Vijay Lakshmi and her companions who didn't have a single piece of clothing. So Pratap gives them the uniform there. But in the meantime, Ranatanga's men attack him and Ranatanga also comes to kill Pratap. "How can you enter my house and take my prisoners?" To which Pratap says, "Once I've got hold of your neck, no one will be able to save you." And seeing the condition of his men, Bharati tells her husband Ranatanga to let him go for now and deal with it later. Then Ranatanga lets him go. Meanwhile, the minister comes and directly meets Satyamurthy and says, "I will give you money from all over the world and make you a governor of a state after your retirement. Just don't go to the village and show a false report to the president that everything is fine in the village." But Satyamurthy does not agree with him. Ranatunga was furious that he would not spare Pratap, who had done so much by entering his house. At that moment, he receives a call from the same minister saying that Satyamurthy is not agreeing and will soon arrive in the village. So he should do something. Meanwhile, as Satyamurthy is moving forward, a truck comes and blows up his car, which was not sent by Ranatanga. They go after Ranatanga's men behind the vehicle, and a fierce fight begins in which Pratap kills many men. And in this fight, a police officer is badly injured. We see that the real Murthy is alive and he knew that there would definitely be an attack on his car, so he had already changed the car. Pratap takes the police officer to a village for treatment, but the village is completely deserted. And shortly after, the girl dies, which makes Pratap and Vijay Lakshmi very sad. Just then, Vijay Lakshmi gets a call from Ranatanga, who tells Pratap he made a big mistake by not coming, as only one policewoman has died so far. Now see what happens to you, which made Pratap very angry. Pratap then looks at the condition of the village and asks Vijay Lakshmi what happened in this village and how did you all end up in that state at Ranatanga's house. To which she explains that a corpse was found here. So we went to catch Ranatanga and there we were, caught. And then we learned something important, after which Bose and Bhati tells that. In fact, the foreign businessman met the minister and informed him that an alternative to uranium, thorium, has been found in your area, which can be sold to earn thousands of crores. And we will buy that thorium from you, upon hearing which the minister agreed. Then the minister went straight to Ranatanga and told him that thorium has been found in the area you rule. And if we sell it to the company, we will become owners of several thousand crores. To which Ranatanga thinks that even then I will leave India and go back to Sri Lanka and live like a king. The government will also remain under me. So Ranatanga agrees to this deal. Now he just had to somehow evacuate those 30 villages where such a company could extract thorium. So Ranatanga forcibly starts evacuating many such villages and people leave out of fear. Then one day, a girl makes a video and uploads it on social media saying, "Please save us, this Ranatanga is making all the villagers homeless." Now, when the minister sees this video, he gets angry and sends the policeman. Go and teach the girl a lesson. Then the policeman beats the girl severely and tears her clothes in front of the entire village. And the villagers are unable to do anything. Now, I come in and Vijay Lakshmi tells that Rana's men did not spare us either. They also committed atrocities against us. Then a woman comes who was listening to all this and, when asked if even one villager raised their voice against Ranatunga, the woman explains that the village had shown courage but the police had beaten them instead. We are shown that when those villagers returned home after being beaten, half of them started leaving, thinking that only if they stayed alive, everything would be alright. At that moment, a girl comes and suggests, why don't we write a letter directly to the president? Maybe he will understand our issue. After which they take the letter and cut their thumbs to include it, so that the president can understand the seriousness of the problem. And they send it through someone they know. However, just as they are about to reach the village, Ranatanga and his men attack them because they had received news that something was being done against Ranatanga. And the headless bodies that the farmer found in the field were those of the people whom Ranatanga had killed. Hearing all this, Pratap becomes very angry and promises everyone that he will not spare this Ranatanga. Now from here, Pratap first goes straight to the police station and files a complaint against Ranatanga. But no police officer was ready to write this complaint. Just then, Vijay Lakshmi arrives, and seeing her, the senior officer starts laughing, saying that I had already told you not to go to that house. Seeing this, Pratap goes to hit the policeman, but the other policemen catch and tie him up, and we can understand by looking. Tunga did not want to raise his hand against the police uniform, so he quietly takes the beating. The policeman calls Sumulu and informs him that his enemy is in our custody. Just then, Sumulu is about to attack Pratap, but at that moment, a man from the jail says, "First, see if he is deliberately quiet, because I know this man, he is a complete bulldozer." Then the man from the jail says that when I was in a big jail, he also came there, and when a big gang messed with him, he dealt with them in such a way that they haven't been able to walk properly to this day. Even then, Pratap suddenly rises and brutally beats up all the men along with Sumulu, while Vijay Lakshmi and her companions also kill several corrupt police officers. After this, when Ranatanga comes to the station, he sees the bodies of many of his men along with Samyulu's mother, and seeing his brother dead, Ranatanga becomes very angry. Here, Satyamurti's officer informs him that, "Sir, upon scanning Ranatanga's face, it has been discovered that he is the leader of the international common tiger gang," which shocks Satyamurti as this criminal has been sitting here for so many years. At that moment, Satyamurti directly calls the army unit and says that he also needs a special force to catch a big criminal. The senior officer, they says that you won't get a special force so quickly. But one officer has been tracked in that area, who can help you because he alone is enough, as he is an officer of the Jat regiment. We find out that this is none other than Pratap. Rana Tunga brings all the papers which had the villagers' thumbprints, and in anger, he also brought along those villagers who had raised their voices against him. Here, the businessman says you are getting 25,000 crores for this deal. But before that, Ranatunga says, I'll take my revenge first. Saying this, he starts torturing and killing the villagers. At that moment, Pratapi strikes, who starts killing Ranatunga's men in a line. Seeing this, Ranatunga points a gun at the little girl sitting there. But Pratap somehow manages to save the girl, beats Ranatunga badly, and then hangs him to death. When Vijay Lakshmi goes to catch Bhati, she also shoots herself. Meanwhile, Sat Smriti arrives and seeing Ranatunga dead, he directly calls the president and says that before we arrived, one soldier ended this war, and that is Brigadier Baldev Pratap Singh. Hearing this, the president is also pleased, and this is where the movie ends.